Hi everyone, I'm Anne. How are you today? I hope that you will have a good day. In every video, I will bring the best things in life for you. Have you ever felt that all your efforts and hard work seem to go unrecognized, or that you don't gain the rightful benefits from what you've contributed? Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't get the results you want? Maybe it's time to think about ways to get rich, look good, or succeed faster. Here's a story I want to tell you. Timmy, an entrepreneur who's been working, but he wants to quit his job to pursue a degree. Just 3 months before the exam, he suddenly called me and said, "Hey bro, I've stopped looking for a job. I want to take the entrance exam for postgraduate studies." My first reaction was, "It's too late." Timmy replied, "Just try. If it doesn't work out as planned, at least you won't regret it." So for those 3 months, every day he sat in his room studying for 8 or 9 hours. However, due to the short preparation time, he failed the exam exactly 10 points. Honestly, this will give us a very unfair feeling. I prepared too late, so no matter how hard I tried, it was still not enough. So what should I do? When Timmy finds out he didn't pass the exam, Timmy will probably be disappointed, maybe even hopeless. Those with abilities have never had time for resentment, criticism, or despair. They continuously and quietly hone their skills in preparation for the next challenge. In March, after taking a short break, he rented a small room in Beijing and embarked on a year-long study regimen. After countless days and nights of dedication and perseverance, he succeeded in getting into his dream university. I once asked him, "If you had known that you could only pass this year, you wouldn't have had to study non-stop for 3 months, right?" He answered, "No, even though I didn't pass the exam in those 3 months, it was the beginning of everything. If I hadn't started then, I wouldn't have reached my goal later. Those 3 months of studying helped me understand one thing. Life is still so long, and as long as you start now, it's never too late." You see, he put in a lot of efforts at the beginning to reach his goal, but why didn't he get the results he was hoping for? Nowadays, there are still many people who are struggling like that. They always feel like fate is playing tricks on them. There are things they believe are securely in their hands, but in the 89th minute, it slipped away. Or there are people who you think will be by your side with you on your life's journey, but at some point, they choose to leave you forever. And there are so many things in life that make you feel constantly down, disappointed, and skeptical about your surroundings. It makes you assume that I'm not good enough. I don't deserve happiness. You might not even see the true value hidden deep inside you. But you know that life is always very fair to us. Only ourselves who remain immersed in negative emotions, only seeing what we haven't achieved at that moment. You should learn to understand that if you're feeling disappointed or frustrated, it might simply mean that it's not meant for you at that time. Maybe at that time, you don't spend enough time or fully commit 100% effort into it. Actually, you are on the right path, just using the wrong method. One day in the future, you will achieve that goal, but perhaps in a form you did not expect. It's okay to feel let down by people who have hurt us, but we shouldn't be disappointed in love and life. Life is inherently beautiful, so is love. The real issue is the human hurt and the deceit concealed behind seemingly happy faces. Sometimes, when we learn to accept and embrace our fate, we find it easier to let go of things when outcomes don't meet our expectations. We often say we won't be like this or like that, but when things actually happen, we'll always end up doing the opposite of what we said. We say appearance isn't important, but deep down inside, we still judge unattractiveness. We say that money doesn't matter, but deep down, we often consider it more crucial. We often think that finding someone who loves us is enough, but in reality, we still evaluate our partner based on the standards we have set. There was a saying that those who are truly hurt will not cry or scream. Those who really live always be silent. We can cry, but after that, we need to wipe them away and keep moving forward. Fighting against this world is always challenging, because when we have to struggle with ourselves, covered in dirt, it's hard to stand up again. We constantly ask ourselves how to keep our hurts genuine while adapting to the world's challenges. Without sacrificing our innate self, we often wonder what's the best way to live truly is. Can the standards we set keep up with evolution of the times? If not, will we be overwhelmed by progressive thoughts, nostalgic sayings from our childhood? People often say that the world of auto is not easy, like trying to row a boat across a river. Some people can row the boat to the other shore, while others get halfway and end up capsized by the current, uncertain of where it will lead them next. There is a saying, as the flood waters come crashing towards us, we might be submerged. However, remember that is not our fault. Everything you've gone through has been a blessing in disguise. Things didn't work out the way you expected them to, because you were being prepared for something better. And all the restless nights wondering why everything happened to you will finally make sense. I think it's beautiful, the way you show up in this world, unguarded and willing to try it again, despite all of the ways it had tried to defeat you. I think it's beautiful, the way you took courage into yourself each morning, the way you refuse to be anything but hopeful in this world, despite the inner battles you fight, despite the struggles you have experienced for so long. I think it's beautiful. The way you twist your losses into lessons, the way you fight even when you feel weak, you're not weak. There is a resounding level of courage to be found in being the person who continues to heal, even when it hurts. There is a resounding level of bravery to be found in being the person who believes in the lights, even when they cannot see it. I've learned that no matter what happens, or how bad it seems today, life does go on, and it will be better tomorrow. I've learned that regardless of your relationship with your parents, you miss them when they're gone from your life. I've learned that life sometimes gives you a second chance. I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. I've learned that whenever I decide something with an open heart, I usually make the right decision. I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love a warm hug or just a friendly pat on the back. I've learned that I've still had a lot to learn. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you make them feel. How's life lately? I know sometimes it feels like an empty bottle. It feels like you don't have energy all the time, and you are having a hard time figuring things out. I'm so proud of you. I hope you never forget about yourself, to take care and love yourself too, like how you do it to others. I hope you win your silent battles. Keep fighting. You deserve better. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve something that you didn't expect. You deserve to be loved. You deserve the best of the best. Learn how to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself to all mistakes that you've made. Forgive yourself to let go of what weighs heavily on your soul. Take things one step at a time. Don't rush yourself. Just take what you need and heal yourself in the process. We all have our own time zones. A person born in London will inevitably witness dawn an hour later than one born in Rome. We simply need to gather warm in our time zone, survive the frigid nights, and soon enough, the sun will rise for us too. We frequently pursue the allure of happiness, pleasure, and excitement from external sources, while neglecting the importance of our inner feelings of sadness, disappointment, and pain. Without darkness, we wouldn't recognize the beauty of light. If we didn't face sorrow and hardship, we wouldn't appreciate the true essence of joy. Without moments of stillness, we wouldn't experience the thrill of ecstasy. To maintain balance in life, darkness and light must be intertwined. Thus, we should learn to embrace our pain. Let us courageously face it, to converse, listen intensely, and understand the words that have never truly been spoken. Then one day, when we accept pain as a natural part of life, we will truly appreciate the essence of happiness. Just like in a piece of music, high points cannot be without genuine low notes. There are times when you need to make yourself feel better and loosen up a bit. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. We should make an effort to appreciate everything that happens and not be so hard on ourselves. If you feel tired, it means you are in the right direction. It's a sign that you're pushing past your limits, a reminder that greatness is achieved not in ease, but in the place of commitment and hard work. During times of exhaustion, remind yourself that comfort is the enemy of growth. When your mind feels burdened, when a step feels like a mountain, remember the lights guiding your journey. When your spirit wavers, it's important to remember the reason behind your efforts. If you feel you can't move forward, remember the reason you started, because you're doing great. True progress often happens in the midst of discomfort, fatigue, and struggle. When you're feeling burned out, don't consider it a step backward. See it as a sign of excellence. Embrace the tiredness because it means you are actively working towards your goals, inching closer to that professional title or fulfilling your deepest aspirations. Feeling tired is a testament to the efforts you are putting in. It's the reassuring sign that you're on the right track. And yet, amid the chaos and the sorrow, there were moments of beauty. We found solace in the simple pleasures of life, the taste of homemade meals shared with loved ones, the warmth of a cozy blanket on a cold rainy night. We discovered strength we never knew we had. People used to say, after the rain, there will be a rainbow. After the darkest night comes a glorious sunrise. Just like if you want to eat sweet fruit, you also have to put in the effort to nurture the tree every day. Therefore, don't be discouraged by the storms in life. Consider everything that happens as a lesson that life is giving you. Those lessons will be very valuable if you understand the message behind the difficulties. Remember that not everyone will have the same experience because each of us is essentially a unique individual. So, learn to keep your mind steadfast, a warm heart, and a clear mind. Then one day, your efforts will be rewarded, just like a rainbow will appear after showers. Thank you so much for listening to me.